Hey, good afternoon, folks. Coach Blue for you. And there's a perception, thought, saying that I strongly disagree with, and that's, basically, however you see yourself or view yourself, your own picture or view of yourself is how others will see you, and how they will view you, and how they will interact with you. It's bullshit. It's not true. It's not true. It's so far from the truth because there's people who judge us based off how we look, based off our ethnicity, our color, our religion, our skin tone, our hair texture, our sexual preference. All these are factors that we're judged upon or used against us, would have nothing to do with what we think or how we view ourselves, but they are tools that other people use to judge us or to see us. So based on where you think you are or how you see yourself or your own personal beliefs about yourself or confidence level have nothing to do with your perception or how the perception that others have or how others see you. So I do not want folks to be caught up in that. Well, if I do this for me, or I exude this, or I portray this, that's what you'll get back, and that's how people will see you, because people will never see you how you see you. They will never see you how you see yourself. So whether that's how you see yourself as a great person, or if that's how you see yourself as a terrible person, however you see yourself, that is not how others are going to see you. There may be small qualities or pieces of those things that people see that are aligned with how you see yourself, but your true thought of how you see yourself and how others see you now, they're not going to be aligned. A lot of it has to do with you don't even know who you are to begin to figure out how to be you, who you are, um, to build upon. Why? Because there's a lot of accountability and responsibility in it. You've got to be able to develop a truthful base of who you are and where you are, and who you aren't and where you're not. Um, and until you're able to develop that base, there's nothing you can really do as far as advancing or moving on, because everything will be on an unsturdy or false base. And that's a hard topic. It's a hard topic or hard area to deal with, on having a true evaluation of who you are and where you're at, because you may not like that. You may not like who you really are versus who you want to be or who you think you should be, and that's okay as long as you're honest about that, and as long as you're willing to put forth some effort and work to change that. But just to have the thought or belief or the arrogance that, nah, that's not me, I'm this or I'm that, and you're really not. I mean, you're just as screwed up as the millions, billions, and trillions of people in the world that are in the same boat. Very few people really want to be better, and having worth or value. People put those tags on things that are kind of easy to touch. They put them on accomplishments or things they do or things they've done, or simple actions, as far as, I held the door open for somebody, so I'm a good person, or I told someone to have a nice day, so that makes me a good person, or I cursed somebody out, so that makes me a bad person, or I said I don't like you, so that makes someone a bad person, or I disagree with you, so that makes me a bad person, or I co-signed everything you said, so I'm a great friend now. Those are all superficial. Those aren't really good evaluations or really good factors to judge if you're a great person, a good person, bad person, or whatever. Those are just core surface factors. Excuse me, they're just surface factors, not core factors at all. Those are not internal drivers that gave you those results. Because you can have an internal core factor of this total disgust or despise for a person, and say something extremely nice to them. So that core feeling or core energy did not come out in your words that you shared from your mouth to their ear. So core energies, core beliefs, or core factors are not always exuded in communication, but they're important, because at the end of the day, those are the items that you can't run from, and that's who you really are, and that's where you're really at. So just because you tell yourself, "Hey, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, I do this, I did that," or I don't know why people don't like me because I'm really a good person, or I didn't do anything bad, I didn't do anything negative. It's people are just extra sensitive, or they're being extra, or they're doing this. Maybe or maybe not. But if there's a common factor in all that, a lot of times, good, bad, or ugly, and if you're the common factor, maybe something for you to evaluate. Maybe something for you to evaluate. Because obviously there's some type of message that's coming out of you that's different than the core signal. And over time, even though the words are one thing, the core signal comes through the words. You can say it's beautiful outside, it's a nice day, but that there's a core energy in that statement that lets the person who's in tune listening to you like, that's not where they're really at. That's not what they really said. They're saying it, but that's not where they're really at. So you can fool yourself, you can fool others, but you can only do both for a short amount of time. So find a way to identify who you are. Find a way to get a hold of those core values or core beliefs or core items that drive you. Excuse me. If they're aligned, build upon those, and if they're not, try to change them. And I'm not just talking about reading books. Books are great things to read to help you develop yourself or help improve. But what you're looking at is not just information from a book. What you're looking at is how do you change? How do you reprogram those experiences that gave you those core items? And how do you reprogram into new experiences that give you different experiences than your experiences that gave you that core? So past experiences gave you the core. To get a new core, you have to develop new experiences that are not equal to or same as the past experiences, so that you can get a new core. And that's not from reading a book. That's not from doing a good deed or doing community service or things of that nature. That's not going to do it. Those are all superficial items. So until you find a way to tap into your inner self or spirit, the inner spirit of yourself, and conjure up or attract or align with energies for new positive experiences to give you a different core, none of those things will change. So the biggest suggestion I can probably give to you is maybe seeking some type of meditation, inner spirituality, or sanctuary for yourself. There are a number of people who have a number of beliefs out there. If whoever you believe in can do that for you, then so be it. That would be a recommendation or choice. It's funny because even in all that, we only know what we've been taught. But I do know getting in aligned with those items as your core is a start. Because, like I said, where you at or what you do today is based off of your past experiences and your past beliefs. In order to change those things, you have to change those experiences. All right, folks, that's it. Coach Blue for you signing out. One more time, please hit subscribe, please hit share, please hit like, all those wonderful things. And we will see you next time. But most of all, please gain understanding. Peace.